So the crypto market is climbing a little bit back up on this beautiful Monday, and I would like to take a look, like, is this basically a fake out before we can see the final push down? Or is it actually starting to look better for Bitcoin and altcoins? So that's what I would like to take a look at. First of all, of course, welcome to the FOMO Factory. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn on the bell notification, of course. I'm happy to have you here. And what we are trying to focus on this channel is patience and timing. We will talk about the right coins, and every now and then I already talk about the altcoins that I have my eyes on. But what's good about finding the best altcoins if you got your timing wrong, right? So that's what we have been trying to do right here now. And if you are in our Telegram group, if not, link down below. If you are in a Telegram group, I posted a couple of things yesterday, which is quite interesting because the market took a little turn right here. So the first thing that I said, this is the total crypto market, and the total crypto market looks like it's finding support at the bull market support band. That's this green and this red line right here. Then we have the total 2, so that's everything except Bitcoin. Now that's doing a bit worse, but still it's also finding support at the lower side of the bull market support band on this yellow line, which is the 50 weighted moving average. We had that fake out like perfectly right there, and we seem to find support at this huge diagonal line. That's a good thing because Bitcoin already broke out of that, had a retest and went back up. Now we broke out of it on the total 2, but we did not really, we had that retest, but we did not see that, that big bounce off of it. And now we see a new retest off of it, and that's where it gets dangerous. So we're gonna take a look at how that's looking right now. And then I posted, this is the total 3, so this is only altcoins. And the problem with this chart is that we are below all of these levels. So this diagonal line that Bitcoin broke out of 4 months ago, we had a fake out right here, and we got back in it. And not even that, we got pushed down a lot lower. We are also below the 50 weighted moving average, and we are below the bull market support band. These moving averages are key moving averages. You want to be above that. If you are above these moving averages, you can say, okay, the market is looking bullish. If you are below these moving averages, then you can definitely say that the market is looking very weak and bearish. So far, we are below it. Now you can have a fake out below it like we had over here, of course, and get back above it right away. So whatever direction it goes, you don't want to jump into conclusions right away, but for now the altcoin market really has to do something to look a little better. What I posted after that is, of course, this horizontal counts for something as well, but other than that there is no support at all anymore, right? So we have this big horizontal on the total 3, so the altcoin market, and it's a big support, right? We already found some support right here. We found multiple weeks of support right here. Here as well, we broke below it, but once we got back up, you'll see that it's right away, acting as some support level again as well. So you want to bounce off of that if you want altcoins to be bullish. So let's take a look at how the market is looking for now. So let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was in the lower 26,000. It was even for a brief moment 25.8. We now are back at 27.4. So that's really looking a lot better. What kind of worries me though is that we are below this moving average, and this is the 100 weighted moving average. And you'll see that once we got above it, it's support, right? But now that we break below it, previous support is future resistance. So I do think that we might have some trouble at around this level, and if we go back down, then it's definitely possible for us to get back to 26.5. So don't be surprised if that happens. It's natural, it's logical, but Bitcoin is showing some strength. I cannot lie about that. I can, but I don't. So Bitcoin is doing good. Now the total crypto market, everything bounced a little bit, right? The total crypto market, quite beautiful, quite beautiful. We had this bounce off of the bull market support band right here, and we got back up here now. So that's looking better. And the total crypto market has some room to go up. I mean, I don't see any crazy resistances at this point, except maybe if you draw an horizontal at where we are right now, you could say we had support here on this fake out, you had support here, you had support here quite a lot. So this level could be resistance for the total crypto market, but it's not huge in my opinion. If we now go to the total 2, again, everything except Bitcoin, you'll see that we had that beautiful bounce of the 50 weighted moving average and the closure at the bull market support band and this diagonal. So this is good. This is what you want to see if you are bullish, right? That you take these key levels and actually get them as support. Right now, it's only day 1 in this week, so this could go anywhere, right? But it starts off pretty good. So that's looking fine. I think the total 2 is definitely some room to go up from here. And if you now exclude Ethereum, so you get only left with altcoins and stable coins, then this is what you get. And this is the total 3. Now the total 3 had its bounce off of this horizontal. So far that's support, right? But for the total 3 is getting quite more exciting because again, we are below this huge trend line that goes back since November 2021. That's where the bear market started, right? So this line is driving us down into the bear market. Every time we come here, we get pushed down, right? Come here, push down, come here, push down, come here, push down. Now we tried it again right here. Oh, what do you notice? Well, people were talking about an alt season because we broke out. It's alt season. Bam! No, it's not. It's no alt season. We got rejected right here, and yeah, we now got a green candle of 1.5%. Congratulations on your 1.5% alt season. Let's buy Lambos, dinky toys. No, it's very weak. So we are below that line. Still, we are below the bull market support band, which is a kind of huge indicator. You'll see this bull market support band, and in a bull market, therefore it's called that, it's support, right? In a bull market, we go up, we come down, test it, go up, come down, test it. That goes all the way in the bull market. And in the bear market, it's the bear market resistance band, it goes the other way around, right? And you will always see that you have 1 or 2, a couple weeks fake out, right? But overall, it's driving it down. Every time we get towards that level, you'll see where we get rejected, we go back down. Here as well, we get to that, we go back down. And now what happens? We broke out. We had support right there, but yeah, this line comes in, right? And that was driving us down this time. So things are getting exciting for the altcoin market because, you know, at a certain point, we will struggle between the bull market support band and this yellow resistance right here. And that will, you know, well, in the week of, the second week of June is actually make or break time when it comes to that, right? Because if the altcoin market goes sideways, right, then the bull market support band probably goes sideways, kinda, right? You'll see right here, we go basically sideways in the bull market support band as well. So then what? Or we are getting rejected by this line and we go down, and that's the big capitulation because then any form of support is completely gone. Or we break out of the bull market support band and this yellow line right here. Yeah, and then any form of big resistance is gone, at least until, well, if you look at the trend lines until here, $11 billion market cap, give or take, for the total crypto market, total 3. And then the big, resistance comes in here, right? That's really where it's getting hard because, we have support here, we have shit going on right here, resistance here, we have the 100 and the 200 weighted moving average right here. By that time, they will be sitting a lot lower, I think. But this level, like, as long as we are in this area right here, it's not a big time for celebrating, in my opinion. But as long as we are below here, we are in a very much danger zone, if you ask me. Now, if we put it on the daily chart, you can also Sorry. You can also see that this line, and let me make it another color so it doesn't, whatever, blue. You can see that this is also, you know, a resistance level. Basically since April, so like a month ago, we are in a downtrend, right? If we take it on the shorter time frame, we have a high, we have a lower high. We are now well on the way to make a lower high if this is where we get rejected. And if we are about to make a higher high, we have to get to at least around here. That would mean the break of all of these moving averages and resistances as well, right? So if we want to break this downtrend that we are currently in, then it also means we have to break any form of resistance that there is at the moment, right? So I do think that if we do make a higher high right here, then the altcoin bear market is finally over. That's it. But as the bearish asshole that I am when it comes to altcoins, I do not think that that's going to happen, and don't do anything based on the fact that I just said that, because guess what? I'm just a stupid Dutch guy on YouTube. I can be completely wrong, of course, right? I just think it's not going to happen, right? Why do I think that? Well, because if you look at the overall trend that altcoins are in, right? This is the trend. Again, I showed you with Bitcoin what happened, right? We were in the same kind of trend, right? Also started from November 2021. We were in this falling wedge, got rejected. We finally broke out. When did that happen? In January, okay? We retested in March and we shot up. But yeah, if you look at the total 3 in that same pattern, it's now May, halfway May. And we did not even do what Bitcoin did beginning of January, right? So that should have been here, right? So altcoins are at least running 4 months behind. So yeah, you can say, right? You can say that if you look at Bitcoin, when did Bitcoin had its hard pump? Well, we had a 2-part pump basically, right? January until February, and from March until now, basically. Well, yeah, January, right? We had that on altcoins already. The problem is that altcoins were already at the lower side of this wedge. Bitcoin wasn't. So that pump took Bitcoin out of the wedge, right? But what it did on altcoins is the only thing that it did, it took it from the support of the wedge to the resistance of the wedge. And now, if you look at this, we're still getting that rejection, right? We're still getting that rejection. And overall, the trend is still, at the moment, low lows and low highs. Right? High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, 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 low. That's what it is. So as long as the trend is not changing, I am not going to, but that's me, do whatever you want, but I am not gonna bet my money on the fact that now is different and now we are going to break out. You know how many people said that over here as well, right? And when we pumped here, overall we are still in this trend. So what I'm doing for the people that or are new on the channel or haven't paid attention, or I don't know, I'm not buying right now. What I'm going to do is I will wait for it to see how this all plays out, because guess what? I'm in no rush. Well, if you are like patient, get rewarded. That's just what it is. If you take it back again to 2019, we were in that same kind of pattern, right? The people here, we had the similar fake out and we got back in it and we even went below it, right? I'm not going to compare how that's going to look if that happens right now. Promise you, you will be depressed. But the people here that, you know, were in a rush for some reason, yeah, they bought there and they were down 60%, right? 60% down. And it took them, if they bought here, it you know, from the moment they really started to make some gains, that was in November 2018, it took them until June 2020, so almost 2 years to play even. And from that point, finally starting to make some profits. While the people that bought here, or missed that and even bought here, because yeah, the altcoin market usually gives us a second chance. We did not even have the first one right now. But they didn't have to go through the temporary losses and you know, and waiting until they finally play even, and then maybe even make some wrong decisions based on that. Like some people say you only lose if you sell. I don't know if I agree on that, because yeah, I don't know, man. If you buy here and you go all the way down, you lose your shit. You lose your mental health. You lose your sleep. You lose your faith. And some people can stomach that. Because guess what? The people that decide to buy the resistance are usually not the brightest people. No offense for the people that did, by the way. But not the brightest sounds cruel. It sounds like... these people are usually not the most experienced people, right? And if you're not the most experienced, then like these are usually not the people that can stomach a 60% drawdown and then sit it out for 2 years, right? These people will get emotional and sell with a loss and buy back higher, right? So indirectly, you do lose even if you don't sell. Plus you, I mean, it's also, it doesn't seem like a lot of difference, right? If you look at it like this, but you're in crypto for the money, I guess, right? So what if you bought here and you rode all this way, right? For 1400%. Nice. But what if you bought here and you rode that? What did you make? 3800%. So this little difference is a big difference, right? It can decide if you're actually able to change your life with crypto or not. Because the difference between a 15x and a 40x, yeah, that's huge. Come on, that's huge, right? So, sorry, back to what I was saying. What I'm going to do right now, very quickly, is I'm going to sit it out. Just wait, right? Because if we just, follow the pattern like we have been doing now for 1.5 years. If we keep doing that for a couple of months, nothing too crazy about that thought, I guess, right? And we do go down and make a lower low, yeah, that's the entry. That is the entry that makes the difference between that 15 or 40x, right? That's the difference. That's the life-changing part, right? If you look at how much altcoins came down so far, right, overall, it's not that much, right? Like 70%. It's not that much. So how are you going to change your life if you buy a dip that's not really the dippest of the dips, if you know what I mean? So I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit it out. I'm going to wait. And if that doesn't happen, then people feel like, yeah, you're missing out. No, I'm not missing out. I'm not stupid. You can always, and that's what I'm saying a lot, like you can do it like this. You can be the guy that here says, like just like here, but let's say we go here again. You can be the guy that says, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this resistance because I don't want to miss out. And then we get rejected. Too bad for you. What you can also do is that if it breaks out, what did Bitcoin do? Perfect retest. And then go up. Just buy the retest. You're buying at the exact same level. But then this is at least not resistance, but support. What's there to like... Yeah, there is a chance that it doesn't retest. Like, we'll see by then how the charts look, but usually it does. And Bitcoin did the exact same thing, by the way, as well, right? It's like, I'm not risking, to buy this major macro resistance because there might not be a perfect retest or anything like that. Like, come on. And apart from the charts, by the way, if you look at altcoins in general, it's like, look at Bitcoin. There is a lot of stuff that makes me feel like, man, I'm in no rush, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 green months in a row. It's not very often that we get that. Okay, so it's not unthinkable that we also get a couple of red months this year. If Bitcoin makes a couple of red months, you can bet that altcoins will do the same, right? Problem is Bitcoin has beaten so many resistances that it actually has room for support, right? But if altcoins also get some red months in a row, where do you think altcoins are going? There's no support. It just broke it again, right? So it's like straight down. So... and apart from that, we have the securities still a thing, right? People talking about a potential recession coming up. Well, I don't know how safe I would feel sitting in speculative altcoins during a recession. So yeah, we have these regulations and all of that. So and so far as well, that's also the thing, because people were saying for months already, like buy altcoins, for months already. But overall, if you look at the returns of the altcoin market, if you take it from the bottom to where we are right now, like I just spoke about, altcoins are way riskier than Bitcoin. We all know that. It's already the case, of course, but especially now, right? Especially in a bear market with regulations, securities, a potential recession coming up, chart looking still bearish in a downtrend while Bitcoin is not. So altcoins are a lot more risky. But people feel like, yeah, but I want to buy altcoins anyway because the returns are bigger. But then again, if you look at that, that's actually not true. Not in a bear market. In a bull market it is, but not in a bear market. Altcoins from the bottom to where we are right now, 21%, 22. Okay, I'll give it to you. 22%. Cool, nice. What did Bitcoin do? If we take it from the bottom to where we are right now, 76. It's more than three times as much, almost four times as much. So it's simple. Bitcoin is less risky and it has better returns. Why the fuck would you want to spend your money on altcoins while it's sitting at a macro resistance level at the moment? Like, think about that. And if you do feel like I want to do that, please let me know why. Because at the moment, I find it very hard to come up with a good reason. And I love altcoins. Like I said, especially in a bull market, it can make you so much money. And I've been talking about altcoins a lot. I mean, we are in pre-sales, and pre-sales can make you a lot of money, definitely. And it's happened to us, and I'm happy for that. But overall, just going, pull up my Binance, whatever, and buying altcoins right now. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's high risk, lower return. That's not the ratio for me. I want low risk, high return. And that's not hard if you have a little patience, right? Patience, timing. That's key. And we're not trying to time the bottom right here. Definitely not. But we are also not trying to buy the top, right? That we can all agree on, I think. And if I got into some kind of a discussion with someone on Twitter, or not even a discussion, but it kind of worries me that I see very big accounts on YouTube, on Twitter and everything. And that these people are always saying there's an altcoin season coming soon. And I feel like, no, you have more than 100,000 people following you. And all these people, they read that and they start to feel like, ooh, maybe I should buy altcoins then. Like if we look at every chart, there's no chart suggesting that that's a good idea right now, right? There is no altcoin season coming. None. Not now at least, right? Also this, right? Let me show you this. It's not. There's a chart. Let me pull up my authenticator for this. But there's a chart and it shows exactly if it is a Bitcoin season or an altcoin season. And that's also very simple. But we just saw already, right? In the charts that we just saw. That altcoins are definitely at the moment it's not time yet, right? It's like hunting. If you see a grizzly bear, I don't know why you want to hunt grizzly bears instead of like reindeers or so, but if you hunt grizzly bears, then and you see that bear somewhere, right? You can do hoping that you got him. Yeah, the chances that it's coming for you and fuck you up is pretty big, right? What you can better do is just wait, sit, get it inside, and when you have the right aim, you fire, right? Then you got it, right? It's exactly the same. You have to wait for the right moment. And sometimes people make it look harder than that it is. And yeah, then you're getting wrecked, right? That's just what it is. So let me show you this. So we have the altcoin season index indicator. Where the hell do I? Huh? Okay, wait. Here we go. Alt season index. So Green line, Bitcoin season. Red line or area, red area, alt season. Look where we are. Right, let me, my screen is, there we go. Take a look if I can put my screen right, whatever. Here we go. All right, look where we are. We are deep into Bitcoin season, right? That's just what it is. So if you look at that, then it's obvious, right? It's obvious. It's now just Bitcoin season. If you put it on any type of ROI time frame, we are in Bitcoin season, right? And the funny thing is as well that if you look at the altcoin season index live values, these are the highest returns of the top 50, right? So yes, that's only the top 50, but then again, right? There are a million of altcoins. You try to pick the right one that does outperform Bitcoin. It's a big gamble. Be my guest though. But if you look at the returns, Bitcoin is now sitting here, right? So all the other coins has less returns than Bitcoin. Most of the altcoins went down over the last 90 days, right? This is all down. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 outside of the top 50 are green. Bitcoin is coming at third place. So we have 2 that outperform Bitcoin, 1 by far. And the rest is all, worse, right? So people calling for an alt season all the time. So far, it has gotten you wrecked. Right? Yeah, and then you have Pepe, and people made a lot of money with Pepe. Yeah, you know how many people missed that, bought any other altcoin and got wrecked with that because they thought it would be the next Pepe because it's an alt season. No, right? And also, sorry, I'm very hyped today. I don't know. The Bitcoin dominance. So the Bitcoin dominance is doing something else. Right, maybe you could see it like you could be like, and I changed my thesis a little bit on that because I said earlier the Bitcoin dominance is in this range for 2 years already, right? And it's basically simple. It goes down. Down is alt season. When it goes up, it's Bitcoin season, basically. Okay, so it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So what's to expect? Down. Right? So you should say like, okay, that's a mini altcoin season, right? And mini, capital mini. Because why? Well, this is basically a very small range. If you zoom in, it looks like this is it, right? And if we go down, oh, huge altcoin season. It's not really the case. I mean, if you look at the chart like it is, then we are, even if we are up here, it's still low, right? We went last cycle, we went all the way to like 74% almost, right? We now struggle with that 40% all the time. So, and I don't think we're going to get back here. There are too many good altcoins at the moment. So here, I don't think so, but I do think we can get higher than just this range right here. But yeah, like I said, you could say like, okay, we go down again, right? That's what I first thought, because that's the trend. Why fight the trend? But then if you look at it, especially on the daily, what do you notice? Every time we got from an altcoin season back into Bitcoin season, we stayed there for a very short while, got rejected back to altcoin season. Right? We got up again, stayed there for a day, 2 days, we get down again, right? Here as well. Like altcoins were getting wrecked against Bitcoin and didn't last long, and we get down again, right? But what happens right now? Altcoins are basically getting wrecked compared to Bitcoin since September 2022. It has been going up, but the difference is this time we got here the 20th of March. It's now May 15, right? We've been here for 2 months, right? Usually we do not last longer than 2 days. So that's the difference. The Bitcoin dominance is finally, for the first time in 2 years, showing strength at this level. And that says that maybe, just maybe this time, we can now break out, right? Because eventually we will break out, right? You notice that every time Bitcoin runs, that the Bitcoin dominance runs as well, right? At a certain point, Bitcoin runs a little bit more. The dominance will break out, And when Bitcoin cools off again, fine, we have this as support instead of resistance. And then when Bitcoin takes a little run again, we go up higher again. And that's where altcoins are getting completely destroyed against Bitcoin, but also against the dollar whenever Bitcoin takes a little hit, because then altcoin, the support of the resistance of the dominance is already gone, right? And I showed you before, like a lot of altcoins already lost that, right? If you look at AVAX, for example, and I know, again, not every altcoin. No, not every altcoin. There's always some altcoin that does better or worse or whatever. Overall, altcoins, I mean, this chart includes everything, okay? Every altcoin. So also the altcoin that you like and that you are going to put in the comments probably, like, no, there's no note. Well, this includes everything, right? And if you look in general on altcoins, like the people that have been calling for an alt season for months now, right? Like, for example, from August, I don't know. Yeah, congratulations. Made new lows again this week, last week, whatever, right? And a lot of them look like this. And I'm not here to just pick the worst, although it's very fun to watch. But altcoins look very terrible. Hex was an outperformer for a long while, by the way. Here we go. What did it do since the bear market started, basically? Well, since the bear market started, it's down 90% against an asset, Bitcoin, which is already down 60%, right? So how stupid is it to buy this? Sorry, no offense, but take it anyway, right? But also the altcoins that I really like and that I have on my watch list, wrecked city, right? Wrecked, all wrecked, cake, congratulations, you're wrecked, right? Everything is wrecked. Right, so that's the thing, and there are always exceptions. Like, for example, I like Matic a lot, right? I love Matic. I think it's a very good play, and it's been an outperformer like crazy. But also, again, if you take it over the last couple of weeks, just a few weeks, right? Just a few weeks, been down already 50%, right? That's quite a lot. So. Feel like I'm preaching again and I'm always making the same kind of content. Sorry for that. But the market doesn't allow us to talk about a lot more for now. And I do think that this is one of the most important things to take a look at, right? Because, oh man, we're going to talk about altcoins so much on this channel. I can't wait for it, right? And I rather like be talking about like, oh dude, I'm going to buy this and this is going to do it 50x and this is going to do it 20x and this altcoin is strong. But I don't want to talk about that now, as long as it's not time to buy yet, right? Like for example, Matic could do very well, right? And if it gets back here, for example, and you buy it right here on its Bitcoin pair, you make 100%. Yeah, nice. But if it first plays out and then we strike, you, for example, make 160%. Right? And that's against it. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's against the Bitcoin pair. And assuming that Bitcoin will do also very well in the next bull run, that's an easy 10x for Matic, right? On one of the safest altcoins, right? But not yet. Right, not yet. So I will be talking about this not every day after like tomorrow again and then tomorrow again. That's really boring. But every once in a while, I would like to pull up these charts and just show you what I think. And if things change, yeah, then we're the first to talk about it probably. But you know, for now, altcoins still in the downtrend. Bitcoin dominance shows strength, breaking out. Yeah, that's what I want to leave it with today. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna wrap it up right there. It's been long enough. If you like the video, please like the video, turn on the bell notification, subscribe to the channel. You would help me a lot. You would also really help yourself a lot, I think. Appreciate you and see you guys tomorrow.